Hey, this is Sean from the Bills. I believe you'll never see such a thing before. Does anyone have their Comcast cable in the middle of their house and you need to connect to a modem, then connect to a Wi-Fi router? If the answer is yes, do you think the cable management and equipment is hard? It can collect dust and dirt? So in today's video, I'm going to hack this IKEA wall cabinet into a multifunctional storage unit plus a Wi-Fi router station. And at the end of the video, I'm going to share a secret usage for this cabinet, so stay around to the end. Without further ado, let's get started. Alright, the goal of this hack is to have something that covers the cable and the machine without sacrificing the connectivity of my Wi-Fi. With that in mind, the first thing I would choose is to do a 2-in-1 modem plus Wi-Fi combo machine, so I don't need to do extra connection between the two. Disclaimer, this video is not sponsored, but I will still link the one I'm using in the video description. Next, I want to find a wall cabinet that's thin and small. The first one I found is IKEA ENHET. I literally just found the thinnest one from the IKEA. You may notice that most cabinets are full enclosed with doors, which can block the Wi-Fi signal, and this is a problem we definitely wanted to avoid. Here is where the beauty of IKEA comes in. The variety of sizes available within the same series, this allows me to choose taller cabinet with shorter frame. Eliminates the need to manually cut any materials. In the end, I choose the IKEA ENHET cabinet, which is 18 inches wide, 30 inches tall, and only 6 inches deep. The door I got is 24 inches tall, leaves a 6-inch opening to allow the Wi-Fi signal to pass through freely. First, I used a stud finder to locate the wood behind the wall, to plan out the installation and ensure I hit the studs when I hang it up. Next, before we assemble the whole cabinet, I need to work on the back panel, as we want to make those two ugly outlets hidden but accessible, so I basically just do a quick measurement and reflect those dimensions on the back panel, and I only need to cut out the portion that I need. Then I assemble the cabinet with the instruction and slide in the back panel with custom cuts. After that, I lifted the cabinet to the ideal position and then marked the screw location for hanging it. Then I simply put the screw into the wall, and luckily they all align with the studs. Here I also put on the shelf and dry fit our Wi-Fi router. Then is the tricky part. If I have a matched door with the cabinet, it will have a pre-drill hole. It's going to be easy for me to install the door hinge and everything. But since I intentionally purchased the door a few inches shorter, I need to mark the location and the pre-drill holes by myself in order to install this door hinge. So I went ahead to measure the position, and luckily there is a hole originally used for mounting the shelf that's perfectly aligned with the lower hole of the drawer hinge. So I just simply secured it in place. And then I would need to drill a hole for the upper hole, and this is it. The last piece of the puzzle is wiring up the Wi-Fi router with power and the Comcast cable. I drilled a hole in the middle shelf to pass the wire through. Now we are partially finished with this unit. There are no cables flying around, no exposed wire outlets, and even the modem router is partially hidden. This is so clean, but we're not done yet. As mentioned earlier, this unit can do more stuff. I have my Roomba under the cabinet with just a single visible wire. Open the door, we can see a lot of things connected here. I have a Blink outdoor security camera control, a Lutron central control box with internet cable directly plugged into my router, and another Wade's indoor security camera. That's about this video. If you like what you've seen so far and you haven't done that already, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and ring that bell for some more great content. And see you next time.